Hey Neil, I don't think we can actually FaceTime or video chat, so I'm gonna make a quick video rundown of what I wanted to chat with you about. It includes paying you back, but it's also asking you for some insight or maybe some feedback on this idea I've been working on for a gray water immersion system. You can see the mushroom spores on my forehead right there. So I'm going to give you a tour here and give you a quick rundown on what I've been working on since I saw you last. And basically, I'm just at a point where I'm ready to start getting feedback from other people and hearing their thoughts and getting it out of my head and out of this space more into a public space. And I'll get into why in a little bit. So here's a rundown of the wishing well. So this is the wishing well prototype 1, and the main reason I'm bringing it to you is because of your experience in the housing industry and your experience with environmental issues as an engineer, specifically to talk about the gray water recycling system, which I'm setting up in the back here. But I'll give you a quick tour of the tub here. So obviously this is the tub. What I'm going to do next week is build out a deck that's about 12 to 18 inches out here. This would be space for people to come in and sit on. And then there will be walls all the way around and a roof, obviously, for the full enclosed sauna. So these blankets here are in place and will eventually be secured to the edges here. And then the space on the backside will be stuffed with straw and mushroom spawn that will ideally grow out and create an insulation around the whole tub, which would allow me to keep cold water cold and hot water hot when I want to. So that's the basic idea for the tub. There's going to be a shower above there, and then the roof will come down into this area, and I'd like to have some plants here. Ideally, this whole thing sits inside a 15-foot dome, which I am also concepting and will be building on somebody's property here in Michigan by the end of August. Once I get to the point where I can actually have all of this set up, then I'm going to go talk to some people. But the main thing that I'm focused on right now is the gray water recycling system. So the water is going to pump out of here. There's going to be a pump box right there, and the water will then pump up into a copper pipe. That copper pipe will go all the way to the back of the drum, and it will spray water down. And it'll spray water down onto probably a clay or a terracotta bowl, kind of. I'm still concepting that part of it, but the idea is to create force, enough force that is coming out and then splatter that's coming back to break up those water molecules and to break up all the dirt and the filth and the grime and, whatever hair molecules or skin molecules are in that water. And then it'll fall down and soak into a sand bed that is below that. And then from that sand bed, it'll go down into terracotta pots like this one here. So this is a concept that I've been working on, the first inoculation that I did with mushrooms. And the research that I've done on terracotta pots is, I think it's about a 95% efficiency in cleaning out bacteria and making water from a river or a lake or a stream into drinkable water. So I think that it'll work great for getting water that is purified in the system and then drains down into these two barrels here. So these are the freshwater barrels. They're both a backup for emergency water needs, potentially in areas of drought, but they're also water that can be used for bathing and showering again, as well as for all of the plants that are going to be at the south facing side of this dome that I'm dreaming of. So I think some of the questions that I have we can talk about, and you can give me your feedback on this concept. But one of the main things and the main reason that I've been concepting it as a sauna is because it's an easier way, a more appealing way to get it into somebody's backyard. And then somebody in New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, California, and all these places with drought, they would have a way of reducing their water consumption by running water out of their house into this gray water system and then pumping it back up. Also, they would have an emergency water supply and a way to take water that may be dirty in a river or a lake or a stream and then purify that in case of the drought getting horribly bad. This concept is really like the passion behind it is to help protect these waterways that are drying up all over the Southwest and the drought that is creating so much wildfire probably. So anyway, that's the rough idea. I'm excited to talk to you. Give me a call when you're ready and you've finished watching this video.